Hello and welcome to another episode of Tarot CelebriTEA with your boy Ducky. Today we are going to be reading Zhao Lusi's cards. Specifically Zhao Lusi's connection with Yang Yang and Zhao Lusi's connection with Leo Wu. So let's see if Zhao Lusi is wooing for Leo Wu or she's, I don't know, yo-yoing for Yang Yang. I don't know. I tried making a joke, but it didn't work out. So anyway, before we get started, remember that these videos are for entertainment purposes. Why is that? That is because we do not have Zhao Lusi, Yang Yang, nor Leo Wu here to confirm nor deny that what I am seeing in the cards and the information that I'm relaying resonates with them or does not resonate with them. So just remember to keep that in mind when watching these videos. And without further ado, let's get started on Zhao Lusi's tarot card reading. All right, so let's start with what people wanted me to do first. So we're gonna do Zhao Lusi's connection with Yang Yang. Let's see Zhao Lusi's connection with Yang Yang. What is their current energy together? Ten of Wands. The Six of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles. So immediately, if anyone was wondering if Zhao Lusi and Yang Yang are emotionally connected or romantically connected, the immediate answer that I'm seeing here is no. And why is that? There's a lot of burdens here. With the Ten of Wands, let me see if I can get this focused. Yeah, that's better. With the Ten of Wands always talks about burdens. It talks about taking other people's problems as your own. So when it comes to Zhao Lusi and Yang Yang's energy together, it seems like it's very stressful, is what I'm seeing. There's a lot of stress between their energy together. And it seems that there is one person here, or maybe both, it could be both, that are very, how do I want to word this? They take advantage of the other person's kindness and generosity with the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Normally this talks about generosity, being very giving, being very kind. But when it comes in reverse, and with the Ten of Wands here, I feel like there's someone here that has tried to do more for the other person than vice versa. So there's someone in here, there's an energy here where maybe someone was listening to the other person's problems way too much, or maybe they were very giving, they were very kind in giving their attention, and the other person was not reciprocating. The other person was not giving the same kind of energy and generosity as the other person was. So there's not a lot of how do I want to word this? There's not a lot of pleasure in this connection is what I'm seeing. And again, remember that these videos are for entertainment purposes. I'm just seeing and telling you all what I'm seeing in the cards. And what I'm seeing in the cards with the Nine of Pentacles that came out in reverse. Normally this talks about being comfortable, you know, enjoying the fruits of your labor, being prosperous and enjoying all of that prosperity. But when it comes in reverse, there's not a lot of joy here. There's a lot of taking other people's problems as their own, and it's not very enjoyable because one person feels like they're giving, 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 and the other person is just taking, taking, taking. So yeah. So let's let's do some advice for Zhao Lusi in regards to Yang Yang. The High Priestess, in reverse. The Queen of Cups. And the Devil. Okay, interesting. And let's get some advice for Yang Yang when it comes to his connection with Zhao Lusi. Or interactions, rather. Nine of Swords in reverse. The Nine of Wands. And the Knight of Wands. Yeah, there's so much nine. Nine, nine, nine. There's a lot of nines. There's a lot of stubbornness and resilience within this connection. It just seems like the two, neither of them, both of them are a little bit stubborn and they don't want to budge. They don't want to give the other person kind of like power or control or something. I don't know. Um, but with the High Priestess here showing up in reverse for Zhao Lusi, when it comes to her interactions with Yang Yang, she needs to be more secure in her emotions. With the Queen of Cups here, the Queen of Cups is very secure in her emotions. She uses her emotions as a strength. She's the most emotionally intelligent and emotional queen out of the deck. But when it comes with the High Priestess in reverse, the High Priestess talks about believing in your intuition, trusting yourself. Uh, Zhao Lucy doesn't really trust herself or trust her emotions very much whenever she's around Yang Yang. And she needs to know that she's very well connected with the devil here. She's very well connected with her emotions and she needs to trust herself. I really do feel like maybe um, sometimes maybe she feels like, oh, am I a bad person for not wanting to help Yang Yang or to not want to hear him out? Am I a bad person for setting boundaries? And she needs to really trust herself. She needs to know that she's emotionally sensitive. And if something doesn't feel good with her emotionally, or if someone around her doesn't respect her emotions, she needs to know that she needs to trust herself. She needs to know that she feeds off of the energy of others. And if someone isn't giving the same kind of good, positive energy that she hopes for or that she's giving, she needs to trust herself in knowing that she needs to distance herself from these types of people. Um, Now, the advice for Yang Yang when it comes to interacting with Zhao Lucy, there's a lot of anxiety here. There's a lot of insomnia with the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Swords in reverse talks about there's a lot of mental anxiety, a lot of mental anguish here with Yang Yang, and he needs to learn to stand up for his own, to take care of his own problems. Again, with this Ten of Wands that showed up first, I really do feel like maybe Zhao Lucy was listening to a lot of Yang Yang's problems, listening to a lot of the things that keep Yang Yang up at night. And the advice for Yang Yang is he needs to learn how to be resilient, how to be confident within himself and be able to take on his own mind, tackle his own thoughts, and be more positive with his own thoughts. Um, the Knight of Wands here in reverse is telling me with the Knight of Swords in reverse that Yang Yang is very easily influenced by his thoughts and can and his like negative thoughts quickly cause insomnia and cause him to burn out and to not have a lot of ambition. Because the Knight of Wands normally has a lot of fire. Look at this. There's a lot of energy here. There's a lot of passion here. But when this comes in reverse with the Nine of Swords, I do see that he's in his head a lot and he needs to learn how to conquer, how to make his mind, make his thoughts be work for him rather than work against him, because his thoughts really influence his actions. Um, and right now, it just seems that with all of this anxiety that he has, it is causing him to not be as motivated or to not have ambition to really do much for himself or for others. And I think that's kind of what I'm seeing here with Zhao Lusi. She did so much. She's tried so much to help him out, to be kind and to be generous, and hearing him out and hearing what he has to say. But now she's kind of done. She's over it, is what I'm seeing. So again, to recap, Yang, he just needs to make his mind work for the better. Maybe whether that's meditation, doing something for to clear his head, to clear his mind, to where he can train himself to let his thoughts work in his favor and be his friend rather than his enemy. Um, and the advice for Yang, or I'm sorry, for the advice for Zhao Lucy is to really trust her emotions and know that if someone isn't emotionally filling her up her cup and making her feel good, that she needs to trust herself in distancing herself from those connections rather than continuing to stay with this person, stay with these connections, even though initially she knows that they're not helping her or they're not helping her feel good. And but she's just very warm and caring and warm-hearted is what I'm seeing. And so she just wants to help out, but that's kind of draining her and making her feel a little bit self-conscious and not as secure in her own feelings. So that's what I'm seeing for Zhao Lucy and Yang Yang's connection. All right, so now let's look at Zhao Lucy and Leo Wu's connection. I like the way this deck shuffles. It's so nice and smooth. All right, so let's get a general energy for Zhao Lucy and Leo Wu. The sun. Ooh, woo. All right, let's keep going. The Six of Cups. Okay. And the Knight of Cups. Aw. Okay. Um I don't know anything about these celebrities um before doing these readings, but what I'm seeing here is that there's a lot of good feelings here between Zhao Lucy and Leo Wu. Now, what I'm seeing with the Six of Cups in reverse, with the Knight of Cups in reverse, I feel like maybe they did something, they have had a previous connection, or they worked on something previously in the past. Maybe they worked on a project together in the past, and they are kind of stuck in the past. Maybe they feel like a they have lost their chance rather. So there's a lot of good feelings here between Zhao Lucy and Leo Wu, or like good feelings, good thoughts, just goodness and positivity and joy overall. Like they both think highly of each other. Um, but with the Six of Cups here showing up with the Knight of Cups in reverse, I feel like maybe they are stuck in the past. They are dwelling in the past a little bit because the Six of Cups talks about memories. There's a good connection here where both of them really felt like they had a good connection and as if they have known each other for a long time. But because both of these cards came in reverse, I feel both of them are stuck in the past. They are stuck in the, oh my gosh, like Zhao Lucy and Liu Wu, we had a great connection. But I missed my chance, like now there's no hope. There's no there is no chance for us to reconnect or anything. We had a great connection though. That's what I'm seeing. Like Zhao Lusi and Leo Wu had a great connection, but it seems that both of them feel they missed their chance on something more. Maybe a better friendship, a more romantic connection. I don't think that's really my place to say. I just think there's a lot more here that they wish that they could have done together, or maybe like more time, and they just feel like that opportunity is gone, and so now they're just stuck with the good memories that they've had of working together or conversations they've had in the past, something like that. So, interesting. All right, so a let's get some advice cards for Zhao Lusi in regards to Leo Wu. The Hermit. Whoa. The Empress. Justice. Oh. Okay, let's get some advice for Leo Wu in regards to his connection with Zhao Lusi. The Fool. In reverse. Queen of Wands. Oh. The Queen of Swords in reverse. Ooh. There's a lot of sunflower here. There's a lot of joy. Look at this. We got sunflowers here, and then this Queen of Wands has sunflowers here. Um, and it's funny that this card came out for Leo Wu's advice, the Queen of Wands. Let's start with Leo Wu. We got the Queen of Wands as his advice card, and the Queen of Swords in reverse with the Fool in reverse. Now, what I'm seeing here is that I think Leo Wu's advice is that he has two very good prospective like connections. The Queen of Wands and then the Queen of Swords in reverse. Y'all make the connection. Look at this. Sunflower here, the sun in regards to Zhao Lusi and Leo Wu's connection. They're and then this Queen of Swords here. So I think what I'm seeing here with Leo Wu is like he would be a dang fool. Sorry, Leo Wu. You know, don't cancel me. I'm sorry. I mean, but like I think here, like the advice here for him is like he would be a dang not so smart person, a dang fool, if he thinks that he has a better connection with this other person here. There's a Queen of Swords energy here. She's very smart. She's a very smart person, very well spoken, but she also like cuts people a lot with her tongue, with what she says. She's very judgmental. She's very overly opinionated. And then there's another energy here in Leo Wu's circle where this person's very passionate, very ambitious, loves anything related to art and dance and culture. Um, so the advice for Leo Wu is to not take any major brash decisions, to continue sorting out his options because there are two people that he's kind of intrigued by, the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Um, But the advice for Leo Wu is to not make any sort of like major and fast decisions. I would say to continue getting to know these two energies and to then kind of sort out what it is that he wants. I'm not sure if he's single or not, but there's there's a lot of connections here, is what I'm seeing. Um, and remember, these videos are for entertainment purposes. Like I don't know anything about these people. So, but I'm just seeing here that there's a lot of there's a lot of connections and chemistry between Zhao Lusi and Leo Wu. Now, with Zhao Lusi's advice cards, we got the Hermit, we got Justice, and we got the Empress in reverse. I think the advice for Zhao Lusi is to continue learning, continue getting to know herself, and shining light on what she wants to learn and do, and continue getting advice from others and from sources, whether that be books and gaining knowledge or getting an education, um, and to not let herself get imbalanced by staying stuck in the past. There's a lot of feelings of getting stuck in the past, and she needs to kind of just not feel like her chances have been ruined, and feeling like, oh, there's no hope for the past with this situation between her and Leo Wu. I really do think her advice is to continue getting to know Leo Wu, continue like balancing that time to communicate and make that forceful effort to get to know Leo Wu more, but to also gain knowledge and um, educate herself on other things as well. But also educate and gain knowledge about Leo Wu. But I honestly, in regards to Zhao Lusi and Leo Wu's connection, with this Sun card and with this Queen of Wands, both of them having sunflowers, there's a lot of joy and goodness in regards to Zhao Lusi and Leo Wu's connection. They just feel like maybe they have lost their chance, they have lost their opportunity, but I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. I think um, they're still gonna have to take some time because I feel like Zhao Lusi is still like wanting to prosper and gain knowledge or learn more. I don't know if she's like studying something, but there's something that Zhao Lusi is doing that she's being advised to still do, but also to communicate with Leo Wu, to continue staying in contact with him. And the advice for Leo Wu is to not make any big decisions right now, not to make any kind of like big, important choices, and to continue weighing out his options of what he wants in a person and what he doesn't want in a person before making a quick decision, and jumping the gun, you know? So that's kind of what I'm seeing. I was not really expecting that to go in regards to that part of the reading, but yeah. Let me know what y'all thought of this video. If y'all are familiar with Zhao Lusi, Yang Yang, and Leo Wu, let me know what you thought of this video. And feel free to give me some suggestions on whose tarot cards I should read and add on my to-do list. So that's it for me, ya boy Ducky. I am gonna go watch RuPaul's Drag Race Philippines that just came out today, and then I'm gonna go to the gym. So remember to take care of yourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Make sure to stay hydrated. Love and respect yourselves and others, and I'll see y'all on the next video. Bye.